What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. So, LL Cool J went on a podcast recently, and I'm not sure if he's either in France, but the person that he's speaking to is has a very strong French accent, and the subtitles were in French. So, basically, he's telling this person that he believes he is the most important rapper to ever exist. He says he believes that one day people will wake up and realize that he is the most important rapper to have ever existed. And I'll say this, right? LL Cool J is definitely an innovator. He is someone who, began this game in his teens. He was someone who, I think he said he was the first rap artist ever signed to Def Jam. His song "I Need Love" incorporated the romantic side of rap back in the '80s when rap was, really new and fresh and fun. And I will definitely say that he is one of the greatest, one of the innovators of rap. And the fact that his career has, spanned for so long, he was able to not only monopolize the rap game, but also transition into movies and, TV shows, just speaks to the longevity of rap artists. Ice-T did the same thing, right? He went from, rapping on the West Coast to working at, on Law and Order SVU. And I'm only laughing because I know a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit about Ice-T's background. And it was anything but Law and Order. Ice Cube, right? Since we're on ISIS, Ice Cube did the same thing. He transitioned from NWA and saying F the police to starring in movies with Nia Long and the kids, the Friday franchise. Shout out to Friday. But these rappers were able to stay not only in the music side, but also transition into more mainstream media. So, with that being said, I'll let you guys hear what LL says because he doesn't say it in a braggadocious way. He's just saying that, he was one of the innovators of this art form.
I'm going to say this with humbly, but I really mean this. I think one day people are going to wake up and realize that LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed. I truly believe one day people are going to say that. They're going to say, they're going to look and they're going to say, wow, when it comes to the jewelry, this is the guy who introduced all the diamond and the ice and the champagne. They're going to say when it comes to the love songs, this is the guy who introduces the love songs and all the love shit. When it comes to the bad boy vibe, they're going to realize, this is the guy who introduced all the rebellious bad boy vibes before it was done. When it comes to the GOAT terminology, they're going to say, this is the guy who came up with the GOAT stuff. They're going to say when it comes to Def Jam, wow, this is the first artist that was on Def Jam. They're going to say, well, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When it comes to the solo artists, they're going to say, wow, this is the first solo artist to take it all the way around the world. Like, I could go on and on and on. They're going to say, when it comes to the FUBU, this guy introduced the whole idea of putting clothing lines. Even before that, he did True. When they say, when it comes to endorsements, this is the guy who did the Kango and made the Kango popular before people even did that. When they talk about television, they're going to say, this is the guy who did the credible stuff on TV and at the same time was still making credible records and wasn't just doing TV and using rap as a launchpad. When it comes to business, they're going to say, what? Like, I could go on and on and on and on and on. Yeah. So it's like, I feel like that's why in a lot of ways, it's hard for me to get into the movie thing. Honestly, sincerely, and I mean this sincerely. And it's like, that's why it's not really that interesting for me because I'm doing so much and I've done so much for the culture that it's almost like it's unfathomable. I mean, Run DMC wasn't even on Def Jam, bro.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Biggie made Going Back to Cali because, I made the song first.
Yeah.
Like these guys, like every artist that you can name, the biggest artists, the billionaire artists were launched on the label that I launched.
Yeah, and even
no, but seriously, like
Yeah.
I mean, these names, like the biggest names in hip hop that come from the '90s, and I'm saying this with love. I'm not trying to be funny style. I'm not trying to be arrogant. I really sincerely. I'm just saying, when you look at them, you take guys like Jay. These guys were launched off of Def Jam. That's the label I birthed. You talk about these guys like Kanye and all the things he's done. They were launched on a label that I birthed. Like, you can't, like, so it's like when I look at it really when I look at the epicenter of what it really is, come on, bro. Like it's almost unfathomable.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be, and I'm honestly, sincerely, I'm not trying to be arrogant. I just really believe that. So it's like, when I look at it for what it is factually, it's almost like, how do you make a movie about that? How do you make a movie about that? Like,
maybe a TV show with
maybe
different seasons. Maybe a movie would not be enough. Yeah.
C'est la vie.
So
c'est la vie.
To end this discussion, based on what you just say, can we just say that you're the GOAT?
No, because that's still subjective. Because there's still a kid. The Tupac album is the most important album to them, and that changed their life. There's still a kid who thinks Snoop made the records, and it changed their life.
Yeah.
There's still a kid that loves Biggie or loves Nas for their music, and they should and have the right to do that. Do I call myself a GOAT on the record? Yes, of course. I will say a lot of things on a record. It's just like swinging punches in the ring or kicking a soccer ball on the field or shooting a basketball on the court. Yes, on the record, I will say GOAT, I'm this, I'm that, I would say all that. Off the record, no. Because off the record, and when I say off the record, I mean outside of being on the mic as an MC, there are too many important rappers that have done too many important things for me to try to, claim that I'm the one. I can't do that. I would never do that. But as an MC,
yeah, of course.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Go.
Okay, so what do you guys think about LL saying, on the record? Of course, that's what rap, that's the art form, that's what it is, right? I don't hear too many rappers, self-deprecating and not being their own biggest fans. I mean, we just saw, unfortunately, a rap artist who effed around and found out that, he found out he was not as popular as he might have thought. And he blamed bots for his rival being more popular, and ended up suing, his own record label, not once but twice. How embarrassing. So I'll say this. I will definitely say that LL Cool J is one of the greatest of all time. He's definitely an innovator when it comes to rap and hip hop. And I like what he said at the end, though, right? He's like, I'm not going to say that I am the only great, because, there is a kid out there and they might have listened to a Snoop Dogg album that changed their life, or someone might credit, Biggie or Tupac. Those are the two that come to mind when people start talking about the greatest rappers, largely out of respect, right? Because those young men, and they were extremely young, they were in their 20s, lost their lives over a rap battle and a rap beef, Again, and not to, bring up Drake again, but he's relevant now because of him suing his own record label. Like, back then, those rap battles were literally, your life was on the line. I think that came after LL was like in his prime. Like I said, he came out when he was in his teens. Mama Said Knock You Out was huge. I Need Love was huge. But then he also started singing, with like Boyz II Men, Hey Lover, and, LL's career was, it expanded for a while. His music career, right? Then, like I said, then he transitioned into movies and TV. In the House, I still love that show. But yeah, he's definitely one of the people. I remember, when he did, he was wearing, I think it was like FUBU clothes. and he was doing a commercial for the Gap, and they only LL could get away with this. And he ended up, promoting For Us By Us using, the Gap, like their airtime, their resources. It was hilarious. But yeah, he's definitely, in my opinion, one of the greatest. Now, is he like the greatest? In my opinion, no. And I only say that because he's not standing alone. Now, he's a solo artist, but he couldn't do it by himself. He couldn't carry it by himself. I don't think that there is just one specific rap artist that is the greatest of all time. He wasn't like, Grandmaster Flash, or he wasn't one of the pioneers of rap, right? He wasn't someone who invented the genre. He wasn't a b-boy. He did do battle rap for like a snippet of his career. I remember a lot of people gave MC Hammer a whole lot of flack, calling him a sellout because he was just trying to do, brand deals and endorsements. But when LL came along, by then it wasn't a big deal. I mean, Snoop has he had a whole cooking show, I think, with Martha Stewart, you know what I mean? But like I said, back then, MC Hammer caught all kind of foolishness. They owe him an apology. But, like I don't know. I don't think that he is the best, but, and like he said that too, right? He's like, off the record, no, but on the record, of course. I mean, LL, he said, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. And he was still fairly young when he made that record, right? His career has stood the test of time. He's been married to the same woman for I don't know how long. They have a beautiful family. He stood by her through her health crisis. But yeah, LL is someone who will go down, in my opinion, as one of the greatest rappers of all time. Do I think that he's the most important rapper to have ever existed? No. But I will say that I appreciate the fact that he is so confident, that he has such stamina and staying power. He has made such a long-lasting career. You don't hear about LL and a whole lot of foolishness and tomfoolery, in trouble. I haven't heard of him having any like outside kids or any, major legal issues. So he's kept it clean, he's kept it classy, and he's, kept the job. He stays booked and busy, from rap to, lip sync battle with Chrissy Teigen, NCIS. I think he's still on there. All the movies, and yeah, and like I said, In the House was one of my favorite shows. So he gonna keep a check. He gonna keep a job, and I appreciate that about him. But listen, it's Big Ellie. He's supposed to, say I'm the greatest. I mean, he his song "Mama Said Knock You Out" is classic. He's now I will say this: he's a classic battle rapper. He's definitely one of my favorite people in entertainment. So I definitely appreciate him, just having that swag, right? Like he's like, yeah, on the record, of course I'm the greatest. And he should say that, right? But anyway, you guys let me know your thoughts. What do you think about LL Cool J saying that he's the most important rapper to have ever existed? Do you agree with him? Do you disagree? I think that like he said, if you're not gonna, encourage yourself and big up yourself, especially in the rap game, because that's what it is trash talking is one of the key components of rap, then who else is gonna do it? You have to do it for yourself. But a lot of people are disagreeing with him. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.